This is the story of a warrior named Beloaf. Beloaf, a warrior of great might, his strength and courage well known to all, so the people decided to build him a hall. It was hung with tapestries and roofed with slate, heated by fires enormously great. One night, Beloaf and his friend were sleeping when suddenly, thump, thump, a big giant came. This giant's name was the giant Fover, and he was the giant from the end of the world. Thump, thump, he took Beloaf's friend away. Beloaf's friend screamed in agony, "Ah! Ah!" But the giant quietly took him away. Beloaf was fast asleep. Next morning, when Beloaf woke up, he screamed in rage, "Where is my friend?" Then he thought a bit and said, "I need to visit the wise villager immediately." So he went to the villager, and the villager said that, "Well, your friend has been taken by the giant Fover. You must venture to the end of the world to get him back." So Beloaf said, "That's no problem. I'll go right now." And then Beloaf set off on his journey to find his friend. Along the way, Beloaf met a very interesting man. This man had one of his feet tied to a rock. Beloaf asked the interesting man, "Why do you have your foot tied to a rock?" Well, he said, "Well, you see, if I untied my foot, I'd run so fast I'd reach the end of the world in a blink of an eye. Then what would I do?" Beloaf then answered by saying, "Well, come with me. You might help me in my quest." So the two set off to find Beloaf's friend. Then the two ran across another unique person. This person had one giant ear and was putting his giant ear on the grass. The two men asked him, "What are you doing?" He said, "Well, you see, I'm listening to the birds humming at the end of the world." Beloaf and the friend said, "Come with us. You might help us in our quest." So the three set off to find Beloaf's friend, and then they ran across another interesting person. This person was looking at something and throwing a rock at it. All three of them asked, "What are you doing?" He answered politely by saying, "Well, you see that bird at the end of the world there? I'm gonna throw a rock at it and eat it for dinner." Then all of them said, "Well, we can't see anything." And then all of Beloaf said, "You must come with us. You will help us in our quest." So the four set off to find Beloaf's friend. When they finally reached the giant Fover's castle, the giant gave Beloaf a great task he thought no one could accomplish. He said in a deep voice, "Bring me a glass of water from the end of the world." Beloaf said, "Call the runner." So the runner came up. He said, "Oh, Beloaf, how can I help?" Beloaf said, "Go to the end of the world's well and fetch a glass of water." Then he said, "Surely, I'll do it in a minute." And then he set off to get the glass of water. As soon as he reached the well, he took the water and then started running back. Halfway through, he thought to himself, "I'll be back so fast that none of them will notice. I may as well rest down for a minute." Before he knew it, he was asleep under a cool shade, the sun shining bright on his head and soft grass lying on the ground. He was deep asleep. So then Beloff, back at the giant Fulver's castle, began to get worried. Where has he gone? He wondered. I should call the airman. Airman! Then the airman came up and said, Yes, sir? What can I do? Beloff said, You must hear our runner, the friend, to see where he is. Then the airman said, Certainly, sir. It will be done in a second. And when he listened, he saw that his friend was sleeping. He told Beloff, The runner is sleeping. Beloff said, Quickly, call the Good Eyes man. Then the Good Eyes man came up and he said, What can I do to help? Beloff said, Go throw a rock at the sleeping runner. I'm sure you can see him. So the Keen Eye said, Certainly, that will be done in a second. And he threw a rock at the runner, who realized he had been asleep and said, I better get back soon. So he ran back with the water in his hand, not stopping for a second. As soon as he got back, the giant was furious. His task has been completed. He even murmured, Why did I give this group this task? I should have taken them prisoner as well. But he released the Beloff's friend nonetheless. Beloff's friend cried out in joy, My friend has come to save me. And after that, all four of them headed down to the hall and feasted, sang, and danced. These five went on many adventures together, and with all of them together, they could never be defeated. The end.